Hello, friend. Thank you so much for joining me over on YouTube. I just want to give you a quick heads up that the training that you're about to see was originally recorded via Facebook Live over on our Facebook page. If you like what you see and would like to learn more, make sure you join us over on Facebook for weekly tips and tricks to help you grow your direct sales business and work smarter, not harder. Let's get started. So I've got 4 things that we need to do with every new team member. Okay. So we've all been in that position where we bring on a new team member, especially the first one, you're like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Right? What do I do with them? It's like when you bring home, if you're a parent and you bring home a baby for the first time. I remember vividly when we brought home my daughter, she's 18 now, and we were in the car and we're like, it was a long drive home from the hospital. And my husband and I looked at each other and he was like, did you get the manual? And I'm like, I don't have the manual. Do you have the manual? Like, what do we do with this new little person that they let us leave the hospital with? Like, we don't know how to take care of this little person. So it's the same thing, right? We've got this person that has just entrusted us with their business, right? They've entrusted us. They have said, yes, I want to join your team over the, 30,000 other people that are with your company. I picked you. And what do I do with you now? Right? And I know a lot of you have, big dreams for growing your team, building a strong direct sales business, but when you have someone join your team, you don't know what to do with them. So I just want to give you kind of 4 tips, 4 things that that you need to do with every new team member. Okay, so we're going to walk through these and I'll explain them. So number one, you ready for this one? The first thing I want you to do is build a relationship. Build a relationship. If I say relationship one time, I say it 72. So I want you to build a relationship. And here's why. I want you to think about this for 1 second. A lot of times when we're, especially new recruiters, new team builders, we recruit that first person, right? And we've worked so hard in that recruiting conversation, answering all their questions, maybe getting our upline or, whoever the person was that's helped us get started in the business, our mentor, help us get through that recruiting conversation so they'll join, right? And then we're like, okay, I'm so glad you joined. Like, go do the things. Especially if you are a self-starter, especially if you're someone like me, that you just kind of take the bull by the horns and you run. You just go for it, right? I'm a quick start. And so I will just kind of go and I'll figure it out as I go. And a lot of people aren't like that. And so we get this first person and we're like, okay, like I was a self-starter. Why can't you go do the things, right? And we've spent so much time building that relationship that now we've just like literally released them and said, okay, you go do your things, right? Instead, what we need to be doing is deepening that relationship with them. They've already trusted us enough to join our team, right? But we need to deepen that relationship with them so they trust us enough to support them as they grow in the career plan, as we support them and train them to grow their own teams. So this needs to be a place where you are having conversations with them. You are learning about their goals. You are learning a little bit about their families. Like this is a problem I see with a lot of direct sellers is we kind of like let them loose. And friends, your new team members probably have never run a direct sales business before. Let's be real, right? They've never run a direct sales business before. So they don't know what they're doing. Okay. You may feel like you don't know what you're doing, but you do know more than they do, right? You've at least been in the business a little bit longer, right? So we want to make sure that we're deepening that relationship. We're having conversations, that we're actually engaging with them during that onboarding process. I see way too many people that want to, just send them an email or send them a video and like, you're on your way. I'll be over here waiting to make money. That's what I'll be doing, right? That's not going to work, friends. Totally not going to work. So make sure that you're having some conversations with them, whether that is coaching calls, over Messenger, lots of different ways that you can do that. All right. Number 2. So first is build a relationship. Number 2, I'm going to step on some toes on this one. I want you to give them the tools that they need. All right. Friends, this is a problem. Okay. This is a real problem with people's onboarding systems. People aren't giving their new team members the tools. Okay. All right. They're not giving their new team members the tools. So what's happening is, especially with virtual parties, even in-person parties, right? That we we're saying, okay, go do the things. Maybe we're building a really good relationship, but we're not actually like handing them any tools. If you started a new corporate job, like in a normal job, would they give you the tools to do the job? If they're like, hey, I need you to send these customer service emails, would they not give you a company email to send them from? Would they not give you a format to follow? Yeah, they would. If they wanted you to answer phones, would they give you a phone to answer? Yep. I'm not saying you need to go buy your new team members' computers. That's not what I'm saying. But think about the logic here. People are, I know it's a business, it's different from a job, but they still need the tools so that they can actually do the job, right? They can actually do the things to run their business. So, are you actually giving them the tools? Are you actually giving them the tools? Are you giving them how-to videos? Are you giving them scripts? Are you giving them party templates? Are you giving them something? I remember my upline gave me, because I did home parties initially, she gave me a format to follow for my home parties. Fabulous, right? Are you giving them the tools is what I'm asking. So really think about, at its core, what does my new person need to do their job? They probably need some how-to videos. They probably need some scripts, right? They just need some basic things to get started. This does not mean that we give them everything they're ever going to need in the next 10 years of their business. That is not what this means. We are just giving this your new team members, right? The goal is to help them get off to a strong start and get them to make some money so they can actually get some traction in their business. So they need to know what to post in their parties. They need to know how to reach out for bookings. They need to know how to have conversations with their hosts. They need to know, all those basic things, how to set up a party on Facebook, how to do an in-person party if they're doing in-person parties. Make sense? They don't need to know how to work Canva or how to create graphics in Canva. They don't need to know that yet. They don't need to know how to load a video to YouTube. They don't need to know all that yet, right? They need to know the basics, okay? They need to know the basics. So be very careful that you are not overwhelming them with too much information. When I'm giving them the tools, I actually like to do it in bite-sized chunks, because you're going to have some people who, when you give them a list of 27 things, they're like, and they shut down, right? You're also going to have some people who are like, I want to learn everything there is to know about the business before I actually act. So it actually prevents those people from procrastinating, and it helps the people who are easily overwhelmed, okay? Another thing number 3, I want you to hold them accountable to their goals. Now, this is another one that people really struggle with, because we don't want to be pushy. We don't want to be mean. Okay. we don't want to be like, girl, you said that's what you wanted, right? That's not how we want to be. I'm going to pick on Ida because I know Ida is, I'm going to use her name. So let's pretend Ida tells me that she wants to make $500 a month. Okay. Because that's going to help her pay her car payment. I'm just making this up. So she wants that $500 a month. So when Ida gets discouraged, okay, or she doesn't feel like making those contacts, or she doesn't feel like booking the parties, then I'm going to hold Ida accountable to that goal. Say, you know what, Ida, now when you first started, because again, I built a relationship with her, I know what her goals are. When you first started, that you said that you wanted to make $500 a month, has that changed? Has it changed? Right? And she's going to be like, well, no, I still want to make $500 a month. Okay. Well, the best way to do that is by reaching out and booking some more parties. And the best way to do that is by booking some parties from your parties, or by host coaching or hostesses so you have higher party sales. Makes sense? So I want to keep her accountable to those goals, because those are the reason that she joined in the first place. And I also want that kind of deepens our relationship even more, because now she realizes, you know what, I'm in her corner. I'm not talking about, hey, I need you to sell $2,000 this month so I can keep my title, because that's important. Or we have a team goal, and so I need you to sell to do that. No, I'm talking about what is important to Ida and what she needs to do to be accountable to her goal. So that deepens the relationship and the trust that we have, because she knows that I'm fighting in her corner. Does that make sense? So I'm fighting for her and what she actually said that she wanted. And if it changes, that's fine. Okay, we can adjust, right? But I also want her to know, hey girl, I am cheering for you. I am here to support you. This is what you said you wanted. Is this still what you wanted? Okay, so again, I want you to hold them accountable to their goals and also cheer them on when they hit them. All right, so once Ida breaks that $500 a month, I'm going to be like, yay, I'm so excited for you. Like, what do you want to do next? Like, what's next? Okay, you did that. What do you want to do next? Right? So that's what we're going to do. All right. Number 4. So number 1 is build a relationship. Number 2, give them the tools that they need. So evaluate your onboarding system currently. Am I giving them the tools or am I giving them too much tools? Am I giving them things that are like step 2, step 3, or step 12 in the onboarding process? Or am I giving them those basics to get started? And so number 3, hold them accountable. Okay, that means implies I've actually I have a relationship and a conversation with them to know what their goals are. And then number 4 is support them on an ongoing basis. So this is another problem that I see with, your initial onboarding may be stellar. You may be able to get people in, get them selling right, and then you're like, I don't know. Okay, whatever, like once they get past that initial qualification period, that first 90 days, that they just fall off, right? That's a problem. It means you're not supporting them ongoing. So this is something that we need to make sure that we're doing, even with our new team members, that we're thinking forward enough that we're going to support them in an ongoing basis. So once Ida gets that initial $500, I'm not just going to be like, oh, okay, girl, hey, you're done. Like, you got your $500. You're good. Let me know if you need me. Right? Thumbs up. No, I'm going to support her in those next steps in her business. She may be new, but she still needs, she's new and she's had a little success, but she still needs support. She still needs to know what's next. She still needs to know, how do I keep my business going? How do I grow past that initial $500 that I made for Ida's situation, right? How do I start to grow my team? How do I support my team? How do I do all those things, right? So we want to make sure that we're providing support in an ongoing basis. That means monthly training. That could be weekly tips in your Facebook group, team group. That could be, it could be coaching calls. If Ida says to me, you know what, I got that $500. I'm like, I'm feeling good, right? I actually want to make a few $1,000s. I want to be able to quit my job. I want to be able to travel the world, whatever she wants to do, buy lots of shoes and purses, whatever Ida wants to do. I don't care what she wants to do. I just want to help her get there. So I'm going to continue to support her with coaching calls if that's what she wants to do. She wants to grow in the career plan. So how are you supporting your team after that initial jump, right? Because they're still new, guys. They don't know, they don't know how to keep going. So how are you supporting them post that initial launch party or post that initial couple of weeks? Are you helping them book parties from their parties? Are you teaching them how to host coach? Are you teaching them how to, run multiple parties at one time? Are you helping them onboarding their new team members? What are you doing to help and support in an ongoing fashion, not just that initial quick start? Because for that, guys, let's just be real. We call new team members like literally like the first 6 months or so. Think about a job. How long does it take you, a normal job? Depending on the complexity of the job, it could take you 3 to 6 months to really start to feel comfortable in that job. They are still, even at that 3-month mark, they probably still feel like they're drinking from a fire hose. Right? It's still a lot of information. They don't know when product launches are and what happens when something gets discontinued and what about all these new customer situations that come up. So I've got to be able to support them in that way. That could be how-to videos. Again, that could be monthly training, weekly training. If they're moving up in the career plan, it could be coaching calls. Does that make sense, guys? So we really need to think about how are we supporting them in an ongoing basis, because a new consultant is still new for several months, okay? All right, so let's review really quick. So number 1, we're going to build relationships. We're not just going to get people signed and then leave them, okay? That's nonsense, friends. That is nonsense. All right, let's get them onboarded. Let's build that relationship, deepen that relationship with them, get to know their goals, get to know their why, really build and deepen that relationship so I can support them ongoing, right? Your retention is going to go up, friends, okay, if you just build that relationship. Number 2 is give them the tools that they need. And I don't mean all 72 tools that they need, but I mean break it into bite-sized chunks. Like, what are those initial tools that they need? Give them that, support them through that. Then give them more tools, then give them more tools, right? Number 4 is hold them accountable, or number 3 is hold them accountable to their goals. So how am I going to hold their hand? How am I going to keep them going when they get a no, or when they have a party that flops, or when they show up to the hostess house and nobody's there. Like, what do we do to keep them accountable to their goals and to get them to keep going? And then number 4 is supporting them in an ongoing basis. What does my support look like past that initial onboarding phase? What does my support look like for 3 to 6 months of that new consultant journey? Because it's not over just because they sold a little bit of stuff and maybe they recruited someone. We've got to continue to support them as leaders. That's our job. Okay. All right, friends. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, so everybody's going to go look at their onboarding systems, what they're currently doing with their new, with their new team members. Don't do anything to your new team members. What are you doing with your new team members, and how can you tweak that, change that to make it even better and to build a better and stronger team? All right, friends. Have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.